Now we're going to get rolling, starting with this very first one with Baker.
Central Florida. All right. First 40 of a receiver.
4.54.
Okay.
For the wideouts, I can give you the
Give us the
numbers.
The numbers you're trying to.
Numbers we're looking for here. When you look at receiving yards, top 10 guys last year, the average was 4.47.
Okay, there are Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus of the Chicago Bears. And look who's joining us now in our booth.
What's up, dude?
None other than Kevin O'Connell, the coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What's going on, guys?
I don't know. We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
How about you?
Was Sam a solo runner right there?
Only one guy. Do you remember what you ran, by the way?
I do. I think it was.
You ran fast.
I think it was 4.62, 4.61. They told me unofficially 4.57.
Yeah.
Broke my heart when that 6 number came out because I thought I was. I just wanted to be in the 5s and didn't do it. So.
Did you see Brady's running faster now? Did you see that one?
You see that? That's unbelievable. Is it legit?
What do you mean? Is it legit?
Can do a lot of things.
Oh,
wow. I've seen what you guys can do with technology.
Are you saying it's AI 12 instead of the TB 12 system?
You know what?
AI 12?
I would not put it past him one bit. I saw the. I mean, wearing sneakers, turf field.
Okay.
Beating his time.
Okay.
I mean, put a pair of cleats on him. He probably breaks the 5s.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
I like it. That's the way to come out of the gate here. That's the way to come out of the gate. KOC here at the Combine. There's Jalen Coker. All right, let's see. Okay, let's just flat out get into it. I didn't even know
the video.
Yeah, here it is. See, kind of looks good, don't you?
I mean, he opened up that stride. I don't know about the 10 time, but the 40 definitely better.
I think that pliability helped him once he got about the 20-yard line and started to open it up a little bit.
I'm dead serious. I wouldn't put it past him one bit. Unbelievable. He is something else.
Would you be faster now?
No.
Definitely not, huh?
He ran in the low 4.6s.
No, I wouldn't. I was talking to some of our guys in our box the other day. They said, could I break 5? And I do think I could do that.
Okay.
4.97.
There you go.
Would be my call.
What's been standing out to you so far over the first couple days here at this Combine?
You know, we had some unbelievable interviews, great process with guys on both sides of the ball, and then getting to see them work out. I thought the DBs were great. Yesterday, kicked it off with those big fellas on the defensive side the first day. It's been really good, man. I'm looking forward to seeing this group throw it and catch it around, the guys that are going to be working out. Big fellow there from Florida State.
Yeah, that was going to be the question on him, was just the pure speed, but the catch radius, ability to go up and get it, that's kind of his deal.
So then let's try and make this a little bit, I guess, relatable for fans out there. What did you see out of Jordan Addison at last year's Combine in these sorts of drills that made you go, okay, let's put him on our draft board here?
Yeah, he jumped out because how he operated every time we saw him throughout the whole process fit with his tape.
Okay.
You saw exactly the type of separator. You saw what he was all about. We actually didn't formal interview him last year at the Combine.
You did not?
Yeah, which surprised me because I felt like at the end of the process we knew him so well, but we did host him on a 30 visit at our facility. He did, was unbelievable coming in, spending the whole day with him, which I prefer more time with these guys than just the 15 minutes if you can. But even watching his interactions with the guys out on the field, not sure, I can't remember all what he did working out that day because, I know he was working through some stuff that kind of ended his season early. But I'll tell you what, a year later, couldn't imagine drafting anybody else. What a player to add to our team. With how the season went, having your best receiver in Justin go down for a huge stretch of time, and really this guy that we expected to have the year he did, but the way he did it, stepping in the biggest moments and really becoming our number one, Rich, can't say enough about the year he had.
You mentioned Justin. I always pay attention when you're talking to the guys here, the players here, and the guy they emulate. We talked about pass rushers, and Max Crosby came up over and over.
Yeah.
Receiver, Justin is that guy. Just seeing it every day, what is it that makes him so special?
Well, first and foremost, it's the competitor that he is. I mean, that guy never steps in between the white lines and doesn't make it a point to try to continue elevating himself towards the goal of being the best to ever do it. He wants to go down, as one of the guys that they'll talk about forever and ever in this game. And he's certainly talented enough. He works at it. Unbelievable presence in our building. He's, it's not a shock for me to say out there that he's one of my favorite players I've ever coached, but it's not just the talent. It's not just the unbelievable playmaking. It's what he means to our organization. He's first-time captain last year, which meant a bunch to him, voted by his teammates, and he's going to build on this this past year and get ready to have a great offseason.
Here comes a quarterback question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rich.
Come on.
I could just see it in your eye.
Yeah, me too.
He's
I
got
felt
to-
it. I didn't even have to look.
No, he's got to go back and he's got to evaluate these guys. And
Yeah.
I'd like to use my one Kirk Cousins question.
There you go.
If I may.
I told you can have one.
Well, here it comes.
Make it a good one, Rich.
All right. Where do things stand in your conversations with Kirk, with the new league year coming up in about 10 days?
Yeah, I think, the combine just kind of gave everybody else an opportunity, even whether they're supposed to be or not, to maybe have some conversations. But I've been having kind of the dialogue that you have with a player like Kirk Cousins, the relationship we've built up over a long period of time. I know Kirk, where he's at in this whole process. He's earned the right to be a free agent, and he's played really good football. I think he's 18-7, whatever his record is since I arrived in Minnesota, coaching him, and I've had a blast coaching him. His fit in our offense, where we've kind of taken our version of the offense to, with guys like Jordan and Justin and TJ. I know Kirk's going to go through a full process. He's a process guy, and hopefully we continue to be a strong part in that process, and we figure out a way to keep him a Minnesota Viking. But my expectation is we're not going to be the only ones that would like Kirk Cousins to be the quarterback of our team in 2024.
Thank you for not only coming into the booth, but just being here at the combine. I mean, so many coaches are just not even physically here. So we have actually come up with a gift for you to actually be at the combine. It's wrapped. Did we really just put it in a plastic bag?
That's a laptop cover there on
Jordan, here,
a skin.
Should I open it up?
I would love to see what it is, because I'm a little concerned right now.
No, don't be concerned.
Well, the presentation is everything.
It's lacking.
Sometimes.
It's lacking, but
We didn't have any tissue paper.
Here he goes. What do we have here?
Let's see. We've got the
NFL
Network
hat.
hat.
Okay, and
you know what? This is awesome. What are we talking about? This is phenomenal. What size did you guys go with? We went small.
Extra medium.
That was for McVay, but he wasn't here size-wise. So
Sean would absolutely tell you right now he would not fit in that. But
okay.
I think there's a coach 2 or 3 boxes down that you guys keep putting on television that I can
wow. Mike McDaniel, you've been called out.
No. Nobody loves Mike more than me.
Understood.
But I think we should throw him back on the TV one more time. There we go.
There he is. There he is. Hold on. Hold it up.
Hold up the shirt.
Let's see if we can hold it up. Mike, he thinks this is going to be your size. That's for you.
That's for him right there.
Because he's here.
I might go hand deliver.
There you go.
Thanks for coming.
Awesome.
No, appreciate it, guys.
Coach, good to see you, man.
Coach Kevin O'Connell, the Minnesota Vikings. Xavier Legette.
He can run. Big and fast.
447. All right. Now the number to beat is Christian McCaffrey's 448, and Luke. Oh yeah.
Bragging rights.
Oh yeah. Well, they're not official yet. The bragging rights aren't official yet.
Well, I want to see
Lad
this one.
McConkey.
He is fun to watch. He's an
4.43.
outstanding route runner. Shows he's got a little top speed to go along with it.
Wow. Jalen McMillan of Washington. A stellar group of receivers coming from the Pacific Northwest of the Combine. 4.49.
Trio of Huskies here running. But Mub Means can go.
And he goes to the tune of 4.49. And we're back live now here with Adonai Mitchell.
Both these Texas wide receivers can really, really run. He's the power forward version.
He was Boy, did he put the scare in Washington towards the end of that college football playoff game, right?
He hung up in the air for about 10 seconds on the touchdown he caught in
Man,
that game.
and he is the fastest receiver at present at 4.35. Look who's joining us right now in the booth. Two-time, as you call him, our friend Puma right here, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, my buddy.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
happening?
Warner.
Always good to get on your guys' turf for a day anyways here. It's
Appreciate coming off the streaming broadcast for the moment to come on up here.
You got it. I'm excited about that as well. Alan Robinson joining us, me and Irv and Steve Smith. So it's going to be fun.
I haven't seen Irv yet. Is he wearing one size too small to show off how swole he is?
I haven't seen him yet either. So we start in probably 30 minutes.
Okay.
So 29 minutes from now is probably when we'll get that first glimpse of him. And I'm sure it's a medium. There's no doubt. No doubt.
It's Javon Baker of Central Florida running his second 40, trying to beat his time of 4.54. And he'll stick with that first
And
run.
all these guys can run, can't they?
I know.
It is
Remember, it used to be
amazing.
like you'd see so many 4.6s and guys getting the low 4.5s and occasionally a mid 4.4. Now,
It's unbelievable.
look where we are.
Unbelievable.
So what's your impression of the quarterback group now that you've grinded as much tape as you've probably grinded over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think it's a good class. There's lots of different guys, different skill sets. Going to be fun to watch how they progress. I think Daniel can tell you as well. I always have a hard time watching these college offenses and try to figure out how it's going to translate. So I'll watch one tape of these guys, and I'm like, man, this guy looks really good. And then I watch the next tape, and I'm like, I can't tell anything from this particular tape. But I mean, you got Caleb Williams at the top, who, we all know the skill set is there. There's some games that just pop off, and you're like, okay, you put that skill set with him playing the game, and you're really excited about it. Jaden Daniels, there was a couple games on tape that you're just like, could he have played any better football than he did? A smaller sample size. Drake May, I know a lot of talk about Drake May. You see all the skill set there. To me, there's some inconsistencies there, and you always ask that question, why?
Yep.
Okay, why is it? Why are we missing these throws? But I'm just excited because there's a lot of guys that are in different places that do different things well. And I think that's the fun thing about the combine and the draft is so much comes down to what are we looking for? What's that guy? Your guy over at Michigan, right? Never really had to carry the team. Does a lot more pro stuff than some of these other college teams do. So you get to see some of the stuff that may translate. So I'm interested. I know there's a lot of buzz about him. So where is he going to end up? So I think it's a fascinating class when you look at them top to bottom, and then we get to see where they're going to end up in April.
I'm curious where you're on this one, Kurt, because this is something that's the most challenging thing to me when you're evaluating these quarterbacks is the job, if you're a general manager or a decision maker, is not to evaluate necessarily just the performance, but there's the projection of what you see. And that's where it becomes so difficult because you go, man, this guy clearly had a better season. He put up better numbers. He, quote, unquote, played better. Right. But then I also have to project what does this look like when we get to Sundays.
Exactly. And that's why you do what you do and I do what I do. Sure. I analyze games that happen on Sunday and not try to project because I don't know how you do it.
It's darn near impossible, especially when you don't know what environment they're going to walk into.
Right. And so when I watch tape, for me, the one thing that I believe can always transfer is the ability to process. In other words, I look at a play and go, okay, how would you read this play? And, to see that play out and see the coverages, and when you can see a guy do those things consistently, that's where I say, okay, I believe that can at least translate to some level. The athleticism part, I don't know. We even had the conversation, like you see some guys that are so athletic in college and you say, okay, can it look the same at the NFL level against these better players? Are they that dynamic athletically or not? And so then it has to always, again, fall back to, and I've said this for years, that I still believe this game is won inside the pocket. So that's how I watch tape. That's the one thing that I believe I have at least an idea of how to project. But it's very, very difficult for me to know what these guys can be at the next level, and obviously why the success rate when you draft these guys is about 50-50 because I don't think anybody really knows.
Jacob Cowing of Arizona just ran a sub 4.40 right there, 4.38. That's as close as anybody's gotten to Adonai Mitchell. I'm being told you now need to go back down on the turf.
I got to go watch these guys.
I didn't know if they needed you down there for the broadcast to go find Irv. One of the two.
No.
I have to do both here.
Probably one of the two. Probably both.
It's a team effort. It's a team effort. So here's Ryan Flournoy.
Good run.
of Southern Missouri State. That's a Red Hawk up on the screen. Another great 4-4. Anthony Gould. And the Beaver.
2 great times.
4-1.
Big time return. Nice job in East-West Shrine game. I think took a punt back for a touchdown in that game.
Pediatric Griffin.
AKA Tulu. 4-4-4. He gets a lot of
Tulu Griffin with a 4-4-4.
Jaquan Jackson. I thought he'd, hit 4-5-4. I thought he had a little more in him. There you go. That's more like it. That's a big split.
4-4-2. Wow, that is quite different for the Tulane Green Wave. Xavier Leggett.
Yeah, that's more like it with him too.
4-3-9. Let's see what Luke McCaffrey does. 1/100th of a second better than his brother in the first run. They'll stick with that.
The whole family can run.
Well, I mean, the official time is going to be big.
Yeah, with a 4.48 on the board for Christian.
Lad McConkey.
Yeah, he is fun.
Lad.
I was talking to one of the teams today, and they said, we're talking about McConkey. He said, I think he'll go early to middle second round, but God forbid the Chiefs take him at 32.
Right. Jalen McMillan. Final runs here for the first group of receivers is a better run for McMillan. We'll see Adunze coming up in the next group.
As well as Polk, all 3 of those
Polk.
Washington receivers.
Here's Bub Means.
Antonio Pierce.
And I believe this may be the last 40 here.
Adonai Mitchell's going to sit on the 4th. What does he have, a 4.35? Yeah. Bub Means. He is strong, dude. Tracks the ball really well. Can high point it. Changes gears once the ball is in his hands. And changed gears right there.
4-4-3. And indeed, Adonai will rest because it is the Sabbath. Off he goes. Running easy. A 4.47. Well,
He can run even faster than that too. I think he can have a little bit of a smoother start, but he can play any of the receiver positions. This was the
wow.
comparison. I don't make
What a
that
comp.
I don't make that willy-nilly here. This is what he reminded me of watching Larry Fitzgerald come out of Pitt. Now he's cut weight to 212, but he walks around closer to 220. So size-wise, they are very similar, and speed-wise, and look at the numbers. It's eerie when that stuff matches up like that.
Goodness gracious, what a comp right there. Ricky Pearsall, 4.41. All right, so the first 2 40s of this wide receiver group certainly looking good.
Pearsall's my 48th player. I feel like almost every other guy that runs you're going to say he's in the top 50 for me. I mean, this receiver class is awesome.
Well, had Malik Neighbors worked out here, he would have been right in front of Adunze. They would have been
bam,
alphabetically next to each other.
When we get to his pro day, he'll run in the 4.3s. He can roll.
And here's, I don't want to say that the other
no,
wide
he's
receiver,
a good player.
You know what I mean? But is the third Washington receiver we're seeing here today. Jalen Polk. 4.53.
It's a good number for him.
Okay. As if I don't feel old enough. Here comes the son of Jerry Rice, Brendan Rice. 12 receiving touchdowns this year at USC. One of the prime targets of Caleb Williams. And clearly an NFL legacy.
He is a physical player. It's a different style than his father. The way he plays, he's much more brute force.
You had that little flinch, man. You froze, but you had that flinch. Threw me off. Someone might throw somebody else off up here. So I'm sorry about that.
His GPS stuff is awesome.
You had that flinch. That's what. You know, I'm a hair trigger. Some of these guys else may be hair triggers. So At least we see things now. You know what I mean?
He
Experienced.
the GPS numbers that you get from the school project that he's going to run really fast.
Off he goes. 4.51.
He can run better. He can run faster than that. Just relax. He'll relax. He'll get a better time the second go around. You draw a lot of pass interference penalties.
You could see the whistle that he got from Gorsuch must have given him some sort of a look or something. Gorsuch
Yeah.
told him to apologize, saying that there was a twitch. Reason why he does that, because somebody might start their watch otherwise. He's trying his best.
Top 20 pick rolling right here in Brian Thomas. He's rolling.
4.34. That's rolling.
That was easy. Easy 4.34.
And we are rolling a break.
Thrash from Louisville. Remind me a little bit of Romeo Dobbs when I watched him. To see him with the Green Bay Packers. Real shifty, can make you miss, hits a bunch of home runs down the field.
4.54 for Devon Vela.
This is going to be
of
fast.
Utah. Devontae Walker.
Tez Walker can fly.
Look at him go. 4.36. We all know his story. It's good to see him here at a combine and crushing it. Malik Washington. 4.47. Isaiah Williams from Illinois. 4.64.
So
Johnny Wilson.
Johnny Wilson is enormous wide receiver.
6'6", running 4.53. Now we're back live for another Michigan Wolverine, one of the best,
Oh, here we go.
Roman Wilson. See how fast he can blaze here.
There's some people expecting this second number to be a 2. That's what type of speed you're talking about with Roman Wilson.
We shall see. Just had his quarterback up here moments ago. Saw Corum earlier. He's getting the whistle. Roman Wilson. Here's Jim. Jim pretty much knows there's a cutaway coming. At least 18 times during this combine. There's 6 offensive linemen tomorrow. 6.
A lot of Wolverines. By the way, I just got a text from the general manager of the Super Bowl champs.
Yes.
Brett Veach.
Oh no.
Tell Rich I was second in the state in the 200 in Pennsylvania. LOL. But I appreciate you having my back.
I meant now, Brett. I meant now.
I love it when they're locked into the coverage. I love it.
It's great. It's great. I'm glad he could hear me over all his Lombardis. Let's see.
Up to 3 now.
Roman Wilson. Off he goes. 4.41.
The start tells you everything.
Yep. Sure. Well, there's a second run to come. What's your comp here?
Jaden Reed was who he reminded me of. And now you kind of look at the numbers, the 40. I thought Rome would be a little bit faster, but the same play style and toughness, quickness.
Xavier Worthy gets the whistle. I mean, Jaden Reed and all the Packer receivers that are so young, you know, and that was the conversation in Rodgers' final season there, is how there wasn't much of a chemistry and there weren't a bunch of guys that knew his hand signals or was up to speed or anything like that. And obviously a lot of them grew up fast, and Gutekunst added some
couple tight ends too.
Yeah, tight ends too. And then look at what they look
Holy
like this
moly.
year. Look at Xavier Worthy.
He is flying.
Whoa, 4.25.
That looked different than everybody we watched.
Round of applause.
Whoa. Yeah, that startled me, Rich. When he ran, I got startled. I was like, whoa.
There goes that man.
All right, we got Rome Odunze up right here. And when I was talking to guys that were working out with him from Washington, they said one of the things for a big guy, he's got such quiet feet. Like, you'll stand away from him when he's running routes towards you, and you can just, it's so easy and so light when he runs. So I thought it'd be fun as he kind of runs the 40 here if we just kind of listen to him run as Worthy's celebrating that incredible time.
Second run of Rome Odunze.
Yeah, he stumbled. He stumbled on the first one, too.
Stopped again. Try it again.
Give it to him. Oh my goodness. Take them off. Yes, I will. Take them cleats off.
That is awesome.
Come on, man.
J.J. McCarthy dapping him up. Chicago Bears contingent looking on. Take the shoes off.
It's in Wayne's World, we're not worthy, literally. He got out better, it looked like there. Didn't stumble this time.
4.45 for Rome Odunze.
Better run.
Stacy?
Rich Odunze was a media darling this week, but one thing people might not know about him, he actually grew up working alongside his granddad and his granddad's brother on a dairy farm in Utah. He's told me 150 cattle they worked with. He said I shoveled poop, I milked cows, I dig ditches. He told me the hardest chore was digging ditches, and he said it gets real hot there in Utah, over 100 degrees. So I guess part of his toughness comes from those days on the farm.
4.42 for Ricky Pearsall. Peter?
You've been talking about him, Daniel, how he's sneaking up into your top 50. Pearsall just did a 10.9 broad jump, one of the best route runners in this entire class. I'm excited for the drills with him. I think he's going to put on a show. A lot of executives excited about Pearsall. It's maybe that second tier wide receivers after the big blue chippers are gone.
Wide receiver in college of the current quarterback here in Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, Peter, he is silky smooth. And his catch, we'll show the video later today. His catch against Charlotte is the best, one of the best catches in the history of college football, but for sure is the best catch I saw this year. It's incredible.
Polk gets the whistle. Again, moments ago, a 4.25 run by Xavier Worthy.
I mean, but we have such a, and J.J. McCarthy was saying you guys have a great view. We watch, hundreds and over thousands of these 40s. That one, I jumped back. It startled me how fast he got out. He was rolling.
And then, as you pointed out, in the 21st century, when we first started the combine, guys, would have to wait till get back to the hotel to see it one more time. They weren't showing it on the screen. They're not having it in their hand with their phone. Now they know to take the shoes off. Four, 5.40 he runs essentially. Jamie?
Rich, Polk known for this Washington offense as a consistent and dependable part of it. I spoke with one of their offensive coaches this week. He told me he didn't have the targets that Odunze had in this offense, but that doesn't mean that 2 or 3 of his catches, because of his explosive capabilities, would go for over 100 yards. He's known within this team as a building junkie, and I have confirmed with several of his teammates that he oftentimes would bring his air mattress and sleep in the building. And this is not just a training camp thing. This is because Polk legitimately loved being around the building.
Second run for Brendan Rice. It's 4.5 flat.
That's a good nugget on Polk. I love that. Sleeping in the building. He is tough and physical. And tell you what, Steve Smith does a wonderful job for us in evaluating wide receivers. Obviously, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. But when I was talking to him about him, Polk is one of the guys he's a fan of.
Right next door to us, GM of the Colts, checking things out. Earning a nice little round of applause from the Colts faithful. We see you. Brash, 448.
Good times. To reset on the wide receivers, the number that you're looking at for top 10 guys in the league last year in receiving yards, they averaged a 4.47.
Just wondering, because sometimes our unofficial time is a little bit, just a hair off.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the official time comes in that John Ross's 4.22 might get threatened. I mean, he would be 3/100ths of a second. I don't think he's going to run it again. You do?
If I'm close to the record, I'd take my swing.
Oh, then he wouldn't be listening to his friends who told him to take his shoes off.
You tell him it won't take long.
Just lace him back up. 4.48. That's an improved time right there.
A big improvement.
For the Utah Ute. Stacy?
I just talked to Xavier Worthy. Guess what, guys?
Is he going to do it again?
He's going to do it again.
All right.
Guess why?
All right. All right. Why?
He wants the record. 4.22, baby.
I love it.
Nice.
Well, then I wouldn't move if I were you. Wherever you're watching. I like it. Sense of competition here. Tez Walker with a 4.36.
That was a clean start.
It was.
He got out.
Whoa. And somehow.
How is that not faster? He got out of the gate.
Okay. All right, Xavier Worthy. We see ya.
We got Malik Washington getting ready to run here. He's a fun one to watch.
110 catches this year.
Yeah, in the slot, he is sturdy and strong. A lot of catches in traffic. He can adjust. I was curious to see how fast he was going to be, and that's a good number at 4.47. He's rolling well here.
Yeah. That last 5 yards, I guess, is
caught him up a little bit. Yeah, it looked like he's rolling, but we'll take it. That's 4.47 first time. We'll stick with that one.
Isaiah Williams. So we're making our way towards Xavier Worthy. Worthy of you sticking around. Ran a 4.25 and thinks he can do better. We're all for it. Runs a 4.6440.
DNA match there, 4.64, 4.64.
Johnny Wilson, 6'6" wide receiver from Florida State.
That's a big dude, man. It's kind of like a huge slot for them.
I mean, it's a different body type. Remember Kelvin Benjamin?
That's exactly. We talk about him, yeah, even in the Senior Bowl, just watching him move around, like, okay, he eventually made the move to tight end, and we'll see what's in Johnny Wilson's future.
Four, 5, 8. All right, so Roman Wilson's first run at it. As you can see, he's 6'6" at 3/8. He's taller than Darren Waller. My goodness.
Roman Wilson, I thought, he's got faster in him, but think about this, he's 20 pounds heavier than Xavier Worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Little different body types there. But you watch him on Michigan tape, he is flying.
Some big catches in the final game-tying drive in the Rose Bowl against Alabama. All right, so a little bit better. And the Wolverine fans here in Indianapolis, a warm smattering. Okay, so if you're just joining us, Xavier Worthy moments ago ran a 4.25, and you hear the fans here appreciative of him running again with the unofficial 4.25. The record is 4.22 by John Ross, and he gets the whistle.
Oh,
listen to the crowd.
The groans.
They groan.
Wow.
I've never heard a crowd groan over a whistle.
Yeah, Mark took some heat there.
Okay, so let's set it up again.
Take your time, man. You're chasing a record. Don't rush this thing here.
An unofficial 4.25 in his first run, and he's going to run it again to try and get John Ross's 4.22. Here it goes. Oh!
Keep going. He might just keep running right out of the stadium.
The roar of the crowd.
That is awesome.